City. Yeah, yeah. It's puppy love, baby. It's puppy love, yeah. It's puppy love, baby. It's puppy love, yeah. You know the vibes. You know what time it is. You know the vibes. You know what time it is. It's puppy love, baby. It's puppy love, yeah. It's puppy love, baby. It's puppy love, yeah. You know the vibes. You know what time it is. You know the vibes. You know what time it is. It's after hours, she fresh out the shower. We just got hours, then I Jack Bauer. I see her 24 years. She 24 years poppin' and got her own, yeah. She in her zone, niggas get to approach, yeah. Can get close.
What is up, Puppy Love listeners? This is your boy Tay, aka Trigger Fingers, and I am back with my co-hosts.
This
Go
is
ahead,
Driss
introduce yourself.
City. This is Driss City. You know the vibes, you know the time, you know the side that I stay on. And we're back with another episode. And
This
today,
is season two.
Yeah, say it.
And
Let them
we
know.
have two very special guests for you all today.
Yes.
Special?
I'm gonna allow them to introduce themselves. One by one, y'all can go ahead.
Okay, I am Tasha Ray. I'm the creator of the app Secrets of the Opposite Sex, which is like a dating party game with over 800 questions to break the ice about all things dating, sex, love, relationships, marriage. And I co-host a podcast of the same name, Secrets of the Opposite Sex, with my girl Devin.
Yes. I'm just a clout chaser out here trying to build off of Tasha's success and wealth, but that's nothing new. She knows that. New to you, old to us.
But
Hey, talk that talk.
I'm happy to be here with Drizzy Driz.
and
she know
what,
the
what,
vibes.
what's the fingers? What's the fingers? I didn't know about this.
It's trigger.
I didn't know about this.
Trying to
Have
finish. He's
questions.
good with the
Trigger
camera
fingers.
work. He's good with the camera work.
Some questions.
All right, now
So
before we actually get started though, like go ahead and just tell the people like where you're from and how you guys met.
in relationship status.
Oh,
they
you
gonna
can be
wanna
all
know.
in my business. Okay, so let's see. I'm from North Carolina, but I currently reside in New York City. And we met. It's funny because this feeds into our topic. Devin and I met because we were flight attendants for the same airline. And yeah, we both have one thing in common. We ain't like to go to work. So
That's a fact. That's facts.
But I'll let you tell your story, Dev. Go ahead.
Wait, because I heard that the people want to know. Are you single, Tasha?
Yeah, they going to want to know because they might want to slide in them DMs.
It depends on
Like-
when you ask me. Like, what week are we in? This week, sometimes.
Oh,
Okay.
that.
Slide in their DMs. That's what she's saying.
That's what she said, yo. It's complicated, but she's open type shit.
She's
All
into
right.
it.
30 and above. Don't play with me. Go ahead.
Look, I'm single. Let me just start with that. I'm single. The DMs are open.
Are you happily single or miserably single?
Oh,
That makes a difference.
I'm happy. I'm super happy.
Okay.
I'm as happy as a single person can be. Let's just put it like that. But if I wasn't single, you would love it here. But I am single and I love it here. And I met Tasha at work. We were flight attendants, and we were not romantic in the workplace together, but I might have risked it for her.
Bye.
That's it.
Yo, I like Devin. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she's cool though. She cool.
So, as far as Secrets of the Opposite Sex brand, what sparked the idea? Like, what got you on this journey?
So, a lot of things. I think at this time I was living in DC. We were both living in DC when we met each other. But I think one thing, especially with this job, that we can that I can attribute this to in a way is you meet so many different people, different age groups, different backgrounds, and everybody has a different perspective. Everybody's love life is different. Everybody's looking for different things. Everybody's experiences are very different. So in learning about those experiences and hanging out with these new friends that I made in the city with all these different backgrounds, and it just these conversations, it's just like there are certain conversations that I felt like we weren't having that we could be having and we could all be benefiting from and growing from. You know, the things that they might, maybe if I'm with my gay boy friends and they're complaining about certain things, and when I'm with my straight guy friends, they're complaining about certain things. It's just like there are answers to these things. We just need to talk about it together, you know? So that's kind of where it came from, just having all these different friend groups and hearing that we kind of have the same, we all have the same kind of concerns. Like we need to talk about the same things, but the problem is we're not talking to each other about them.
Right.
So yeah, so that's where it came from. Like we need to start talking to each other. We need to have these conversations, but make it fun so it doesn't feel like, you know, you in a college classroom and you being grilled on some stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. So Devin, you said you was a cloud chaser, but what made you what made you jump on board and say, hey, this is a good idea? I kind of like this.
You know what? First of all, the idea is genius. I would have supported my friend and wanted to be on a podcast just because I know that we can get the people going regardless. But the secrets of the opposite sex, I mean, when you really think about it, it is genius. You have a series of questions that you can ask people in a setting where you're drinking, you're partying, you're just together with the opposite sex, and you want a conversation starter. There is like a guarantee that if you start asking these questions, something is going to happen. Like it's going to be a good conversation. Something good is going to come from it. Somebody's going to say something crazy. So it was very easy for me to want to jump on that.
Right. So since we're on the topic, we're going to go ahead and play the game. Now, for everybody who's out there, go ahead and go to your Apple App Store or go to your Google Play Store. Make sure you download Secrets of the Opposite Sex.
We're going to put something up here.
It's a great icebreaker. So
Yes.
I got a question that I pulled from the application.
Let me drink first. Okay.
All right, take your shot.
Application.
Take your time. Let me know when you're ready.
Go.
Okay. So my question is, how can you tell if someone is being genuine when dating online?
Honestly, I feel like that takes time because you don't know them from Adam. You know what I mean? And I feel like it takes transitioning from the online to the offline to really be sure that they are who they say they are. So I'm very I make sure I screenshot our conversations just so I can always like be fresh on what you said and who you said you were. So if you delete it or whatever happens, because people do that, you know, they delete it and it's just like the conversation goes away and you're like, oh, I forgot what we talked about. You know what I mean? So we can get on this first date and you can tell me anything. But if we get on this first date and you tell me something other than what you told me in this initial conversation, I'm going to have some questions.
Right.
So I think once somebody gets in front of you, you can really tell. But I do feel like it does take a transition. Sometimes you see someone's true colors sooner than others. But, you know, I think it really does take seeing someone up front and making sure that they are authentically who they claim to be online, because they could have been fine in that picture and busted in person. You know, they could have had all the personality on that profile because somebody else might have wrote it up and created it, and they have nothing in person. So
that's facts.
That's facts of facts. It's facts.
They might have a bunch of pictures. See, my thing is they always hook you with a picture with like a dog or somebody else's kid.
That's true.
All right, it's cool, but then it's like, what if they were just an asshole that was like, hey, let me hold your kid really quick for this picture? And you can't.
What if he abused that dog and don't feed it?
No, I'll ask them straight up, is that your dog? If they say no, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, you just ask somebody for their dog. Like, to me, that's how I can tell up front. I'll ask like if a guy posts a picture in front of a car, I'll be like I would never ask this, but it's like you can't, like, for me, that's how I can tell up front if someone is genuine, because it's like, is it just a picture of you? Like, is it a picture of you in front of a Nobu sign because you wanted everybody to know? Like, you know, it's like that type of thing to me is a red flag. And I think when people are really like, I don't know, when they say really pointed things like, I can't even think, but just like when they're really arrogant about certain stuff in the beginning, it's like, are you just like insecure for a reason? Like, if they say, don't date me because, or like, don't date me if, you know, something, it's like,
Right.
what's your insecurity?
I feel it. Mote?
Yeah, so I have pulled a question off as well, and this is kind of alluding back to something Tasha had mentioned in the beginning about not sliding in her DMs. What This is a question for the both of you. What is your age cutoff when dating?
Listen, at this point, you got to hit me where I'm at and above. Like, that's where I'm at with. I'm not doing anything below. So we like mid-30ish. I have nothing for you if you are not mid-30ish and beyond. Nothing for
Okay.
you. Dave.
Look, I actually, if this goes viral, then I guess it is what it is. I actually started talking to somebody. We're not talking. Like, there's never been any like interplay, sexual interplay, if you will. But he slid into my DM, and then like a couple days later, it was his birthday, and I'm embarrassed to tell y'all that it was his 19th birthday.
Okay.
Oh no.
So Devin like I'm young.
No.
Oh, they gonna run with this.
No.
Like him young, dumb, and full of. Hold on.
No, I look, dumb at any age. But my thing is, I didn't know. I knew that he was younger, but when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. And the thing is, like, we've never like talked on the phone or FaceTime, but he will be FaceTiming me, and I'm like, I can't even, like, I don't even know what we'll talk about. Like, I'm scared because I don't want to like answer the FaceTime. So 19 is too young. I would have to say 21. We need to be able to drink together. But
Okay.
at that point, it's still very
Devin, you dating a 21-year-old?
girl, that guy the other day was 26. Same thing.
Okay, that's not 21.
Yeah, that's a big difference. And that low key,
Big
that's getting close to our age, and I'm
You had a little
offended.
bit of experience. Not a
But,
whole
I
lot, but
mean,
you had enough. You know
I'm
what
not
I mean?
gonna. Will I figure them out? Will I talk to them? Yes. Will I take it
Go
there with them?
farther.
I don't know.
So you couldn't take someone 21 serious, like as an actual relationship.
I mean, I wouldn't like. My thing is, like, with the young guy that I was just talking to you guys about, I didn't want to ever say to him like, I can't talk to you like now that I know your age. I would never want to say that to a man because I feel like I'm very, I don't like to try to, I would never try to like humiliate or make a man feel silly for trying to approach me ever. I don't care if he was 18, you know what I mean? Like, I never want a man to do that because I mean, I never want a man to feel that way. So it's like, I never want to bring up the age thing, but in the beginning, if you were 21, I might be like, all right, he's not serious until maybe you gave me a reason to be, but I'm never going to be like, oh, you're only 21. I'll just let it play out.
Nah,
I mean,
I share those same sentiments for real. because I just feel like because me and Devin are around the same age. Me and Devin Martell about around. We're actually all around the same age, but I feel like there's like a generational
Yeah,
gap.
don't try to do Tasha like that.
No, I'm saying Tasha, she's in the same age group as us.
Squeeze me down. It's fine. Squeeze me down. It's fine. It's fine. I'll take
She
it. I'll
down
take
there,
it.
you know. We round down. She round, you know. We
Round
she there.
all
She there.
down.
She there. She there. You know, she our age. She younger than me. So this is the thing, right? I feel like there's like a generational gap, right? With between like people of my age range and like people who are 21. So like what Devin said, I believe the same thing. I'm not dealing with nobody unless they're last year was 21, but this year I feel like I gotta bump that up to 22. And it was because, you know, I can't chill with you if I can't drink with you. But even more, 21, that's my young brother is about that age. And he's like, I mean, he's from a totally different generation. So it's like we got nothing in common.
I feel like it might depend on like what is the goal? Like, are you looking for like a relationship? Then okay, maybe that's not where you should be at when it comes to entertaining somebody. But if you're looking to just live your life, then okay, I can understand that. If you're in the like, I'm just living my life, I'm figuring things out, I don't want anything serious, I don't want anything heavy, I just want to enjoy someone's company, then I feel like, okay, age probably wouldn't be a big factor unless you were looking to go beyond that, a good time. You know what I mean?
Right. If you try to live the you know, this hot girl summer and the city boy shit, age don't really play a factor. They just got to be, you know, 21 and up.
Or be present for hot girl
Yeah.
summer. Just be present.
So I recently just had a birthday, and thank you.
Hold on, are you an Aries?
No, I'm an Aquarius.
Boo. Okay, but go ahead.
Oh, I don't. All right.
Hey, stand up for your
that's,
set,
that's
bro.
right, Devin. I'm troubled. But
Don't tell me you
anyway,
just turned 19.
no, I didn't. I
Okay.
just turned 27. So, in saying that, I have been kind of. So I'm moving out of the phase to where I'm just in. I want to say meaningless relationships that are just strictly physical. Not as much as that I feel like there's no value in that, because I feel like a lot of people can learn from going through that phase of their life. But what I have learned from it, and although it was a good ride and a lot of fun, I'm to the point now that I'm getting ready to graduate from grad school, and now I'm considering like long-term life. It's time to, I want to build with somebody, build something and have something together. So the just messing around phase, like it was cool, but I'm over it. So I've upped my age, and the age that I feel is like appropriate now in my life is like 24, 25 and up, because that way you kind of already figured out like this is where I want to go in life, this is what I want to do. And now you're also as a woman probably looking for somebody to build with. So
It's a cat.
I'm tapping. There's gonna be a bunch of taps under this.
Yo, I couldn't help myself. I feel it though. You know, we get to a certain point where we just gotta, you know, settle down and, you know,
I'm
try
not
to
saying
find
I'm
that
ready
one
to get
person.
married tomorrow by any means, but
if you found that one person, though,
something
you would
serious, something more serious, you know, like what can we learn or what can we gain from this interaction besides just pleasure, because that's gonna come with it.
So you're beyond meaningless interactions.
Yeah, like there's more than just the pleasure, because the pleasure is that's gonna come. What else is gonna come with it?
No pun intended.
That's fair. That's what's supposed to happen. And if it wasn't happening, I'd be worried. So yeah, that's what's supposed to be happening in your life. As you're elevating, so should your standards and your expectation. That's exactly what should be happening in your life.
Right.
That's real. Congratulations. There's a lot of people don't make it there. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So let's get into the topic for today, because one of the main reasons we wanted to reach out to you both is for a topic that I'm not sure. Me and Dres haven't even talked about it. We've had experience with it yet, with each other. But the topic for today is workplace romance. Now,
Ooh.
let's start with you, Devin. Are you against it or are you for it?
I'm with this shit, sir. I mean, listen, I'm just gonna tell you, I was talking to Tasha about this. We were flight attendants when we met, okay? So as a flight attendant, you work with somebody on your crew. You either have a 1-day trip, a 2-day trip, a 3-day trip, or a 4-day trip, and then you're likely to never see that person again. Okay?
Right.
Now I sell real estate. I'm a realtor, but we really don't have HR. We're not micromanaged. It's basically us and a bunch of other people in sales with the same schedule that you might have a transaction with and then never meet again. So for me, it's a go for me. I mean, there have been situations that I regret in the workplace when I worked at like Gold's Gym type situation. But I feel like now with the job that I'm in now, you can really do whatever you want to do. It's not awkward. It's not like the next day I have to clock in and be like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Especially if it was bad.
Right.
If it was bad, I could be like, oh, wow, I'm never going to work another flight with him again.
That's true. Yeah, for me, I feel like it's never been something that I've been interested in doing. Okay, I'm about to start this with a lie. Ooh, I'm lying. Ooh, I'm lying. Ooh, I'm lying. I am lying. Damn, I'm lying. Okay, so I have done this before, and probably because I've done this before, I would never do it again, and I would never advise anybody else to do this. Because listen, like when things go sour or if things get like iffy and you're just like in that gray area and you don't know what the fuck you're doing with this person, like you don't want to have to see them every day, like that just it's a bad idea. And that was a long time ago when I was like working in corporate America before I was flying, but that was it was a terrible decision. And I knew it was a terrible decision when I was making it, but I was just like, oh, I'm young, I'm being fun. And then I had to go to work the next day and I was like, it's not fun anymore.
Right. So you did not enjoy yourself?
Not at all. No, it was terrible. It was dumb. And then you have to worry about them talking to other people on the job that you've become cool with. And it gets weird.
So to clarify, you're against it, right?
Yes, all the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
People love that thrill though. Like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but like, if you're fucking somebody that you work with and then you both can be like relaxed about it and then you see them and you're like, damn, like.
Everybody, I feel like people can be relaxed about it when things
Devin
are
like the little secret.
But
like
when
having
things
a little
are not
secret
going well, what are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, when it's not going well, he's gonna think I'm a crazy psycho bitch, and I'm gonna be like, "What?
You can't be that at work if you want to have a job, right? Do you want to stay employed?
Right,
right.
So it's tricky. This is tricky. It's too much drama that you don't want in your life. Like, don't. You can find somebody somewhere else. I know we're in a pandemic, but you can find somebody somewhere else.
But it's also kind of sexy when it's at work, like the work boyfriend. Like when I used to wait tables and bartend, I'd find like somebody from the kitchen and be like, "What's up?" Like my little work boyfriend. But like I would never touch them in real life. But like that one person that like while you're at work for that shift, you're like, damn, like in real life I would never touch them. But during this shift, like I don't know, like they're kind of cute.
But you gotta think about their mentality though. She's calling me her work hubby. Oh, after hours, I'm about to slide them DMs. I'm gonna try to holler at her.
Yeah.
And then it's just crickets.
Yeah, I've had that situation go left. Like I'm thinking it's some like, we're on the same page, cute, like workplace stuff. Like you're my little workplace homie. That's how I felt.
Not little.
But he was just like, he thought like our little trips to like, I don't know, maybe Harris Teeter to get like go to the hot bar was like a date on lunch break. Like, sir,
You like
Not the
that?
hot bar.
you know, like the hot bar. So so I get it. It's all about perception. And it's just like, oh, you may not be trying to give that, but that may be how it's being received. And that can be a dangerous game to play as well. Cause then it gets awkward. And it's just like, but I still gotta see you. I guess still gotta sit next to you. And
Right.
cringy.
I'm on the fence about it. I feel like if I feel like it depends on your field of work for real. Because if you're in an
Yeah.
office, or if you're like in a small confined area with this person not 24/7, but like 8 hours out the week
Enough.
or 40 hours out the week, it's gonna be a mess. Because I believe that you shouldn't fuck where you get paid.
Don't put your meat where you get your bread.
Exactly, because you might end up slipping on a nut or something. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Oh my god.
Was I not supposed to say that?
Thank God.
We gonna have to edit that out.
Was I not supposed to say that? Take two.
Keep it. Nope. Keep it. I like
Like
But
it.
one thing, and it's in the Driz voice. He's like, one thing I must say, you can't bust a nut or you collect that check.
You can't. You can't.
Right. Got a voice.
What if there's a
Yes.
crime
Wild
scene
shit,
that
but in the
happened?
voice that like, I'm like, did he just say okay?
Me too.
We love it.
I'm dead ass though. I'm dead serious. Like you, because it just, if things end up not working out, or if things get awkward, and I do believe that it's only awkward if you make it awkward. So like you could really have a like not serious relationship, but you can fuck around with your coworkers and everything could be copacetic after that. But if you make it awkward, then shit will get awkward. And if it gets awkward, you don't really want to be around that, and that's going to start affecting your work, affecting all types of things and mental, so on and so forth. So I think it all depends on your work environment. But if you have free range, and if there's days where you might not see this person, then yeah, by all means, go ahead and pursue it. But if you're gonna be seeing them every day, then it's like you might as well, you can shoot your shot if you want, but if it backfire, that's on you.
Yeah.
All right. Since everybody else ain't gonna do it, I'm toxic. So
Nah, bro.
I'm low key kind of with Devin. Like I'm for it, but it just depends on like what type of work environment I'm in. So I have businesses, side hustles. It is not a full functioning business, but I have side hustles to where I interact a lot socially. And when I'm in that environment, yeah, I'm toxic. I'm all for it. And especially because I have certain skills that are appealing to certain people that they want to. Let me not self-incriminate myself on camera.
It's too late. It's too late.
But anyway,
Right.
yeah, so
Right.
I'm for it depending on the environment. But on the flip side, I also work in higher education and I work a lot with students. So that's a situation.
The fuck are you going? What do you have going on? What are you talking about?
That's a situation
really
where I don't involve myself with stuff like that. Because I one day want to become a president of a university, and that's not a good look.
Delete this right now.
When I'm in that environment, no. But when I'm in my side hustle environment, it's different. It's different interactions, different people.
You can't be fucking on the students.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
So since we at this
do that.
Since we at this point, not fucking on the students part, but like since we here though, right? What are some of y'all experiences when it comes to workplace relationships?
Well, Devins was on the plane to Mile High Club.
No, I never look. No, that's different. Would I have slept with a passenger when I was a flight attendant? For sure. Did a passenger ever try to? No, because I'm at work. I'm not at work trying to be cute and sleep with you. I'm at work like, sir, please buckle up. They don't want to sleep with me. And same thing when I'm a real estate agent. I'm not trying to flirt with them. I'm like, look, do you want this house? But your coworkers, I would never have sex with a client. Well, maybe, but coworkers, my experience that I've had with that is exactly what Driz said earlier, like heavy flirting. And then if they hit you after hours, I'm like
Crickets.
You know what's up.
yeah, like come on now. But I've also experienced like they might kind of want it to be like that secretive thing. And I'm like, no, like you need to understand that if we're coworkers, this happened to me recently, actually. Like very recently, I have a coworker, we're really good friends, and he recently had a breakup. And I'm like, look, you need to just like rebound, but not with me. Like you need to rebound with somebody else. And I think because he thinks that I wouldn't take it there with him, he kind of like has been giving me more attention. And I told him, look, this wouldn't be something that like we sleep together and like it's a secret. Like I'm a wife and a girlfriend. So like if you think you want to take it there with me, everybody in the company is gonna know that we're together. This is not gonna be some on the DL, you know, yeah, like we smashed in the car, you know, on the lunch break type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, car sex is overrated anyway. But Tasha, what about you? You got any? Oh well, you're against it, so you wouldn't have
I
any
told you I had
stories,
one and I was done. I was good. off
Yeah,
that.
bad experience.
What happened? Why was it so bad?
He ain't lay it down right.
She walked in the next day like,
No, honestly,
He talked a big
funny part is
game.
I just feel like he was probably the only guy worth smashing within the company, right? That I was working for. So all the girls that's who they wanted to smash, right? And so afterwards, it was just like, oh gosh, like he was getting attention from everywhere, and he was giving attention. So yeah, it was just like
Getting greedy.
So you did it out of spite.
Huh?
You did it out of spite.
I didn't do anything out of spite. No.
Because he was getting all the attention and you saw that and you was like, you know what?
No, that made me uncomfortable. It made me feel like this is not where I want to be, because he wasn't handling it in a way. It'd be one thing, like if you the finest dude at work, okay, you're going to get that attention that comes with it. I understand that, but he wasn't handling it in a way that I could appreciate or respect. You know?
Okay.
Because on the flip side, when guys would get at me at work, I'd be like, I'm good, I'm dating somebody. That was not what he was saying. So, he was inviting all of the attention. So if we're not on the same page with it, I think that's probably the deal breaker. I mean, I guess it's doable if you're on the same page and it's known, but at the same time, I do feel like, especially in this generation, people are wild disrespectful. And even if they know, they don't care. That's even more of a reason for them to try you. So that's just not something I would ever just want to engage in. Like I just want to keep my personal business at the crib, and keep my work at work. I want you to know me and my work life. And then my crib, my friends, my family, everybody know me for me. You know what I mean? So I feel like there should be a distinction. And when things start to cross over, it can get a little messy, a little tricky.
Toxic.
Right.
Yeah, you never know where it could go. Like, I'm not opening the door to find out. That's why I'm about with it.
No. Nah, but I did have a story, though. I did have a story for the workplace thing, though.
Tell us.
So, this was a couple years back. This is when I first got the job where I work now. It's a pretty big company, and I do IT work, so I was like answering phone calls and helping people. So one day, for some reason this day, I was just feeling myself. I was just feeling super sociable and personable and all that nonsense. So I get a call, resolve her issue, send her on the way. She ends up hitting me up on our like IM messaging software. And then she continues the conversation. And I'm like, dog, I don't know you like that. Or what's up, though? I got time. So we kept going back and forth. I ended up getting scared. I'm like, yo, I don't really trust my computer because they be monitoring what I be doing. So just, what's your Snapchat? Got that. Ended up snapping it back and forth. I ended up linking up with her the next week. Now, this was no different than like online dating because I didn't know what she looked like. only saw the Skype picture. But I pulled up on her. I probably had bought like Seagram's gin because she said she liked gin. So I'm like, you know what? What's the cheapest gin I could get her? Let me get this. Bottom shelf Seagram's, say less.
You should just let that on the shelf. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Man.
you shouldn't have bought that.
Extra dry, it was terrible. But
At least
went
buy
to
the
a
Sapphire.
spot, and she came out. She's not what I thought she was gonna be, but I had time and I had drink, so I was gonna make it work.
Oh my god.
So I was gonna make it work.
Okay.
But yeah, I ended up doing what I did, and then fell asleep.
That was a big gloss over. I ended up doing what I did.
Yeah, nah, you know, we
What
was
did you do off the gin?
off the gin.
What did y'all
You
do off the
know.
bottom shelf gin?
So we walked in the spot. She had nothing on except drawers and a t-shirt. So I'm like, I already knew what time it was.
Damn, she didn't even know what bottle you brought yet. She was already.
It didn't matter.
It don't matter.
She already had her mind made up.
That's it. So
Okay.
ended up putting on. I think I tried to play like Jackass or something on the Netflix, and then didn't even get through the opening credits. She was already, you know, playing with the Johnson & Johnson, and then we ended up.
Okay.
I ain't gonna
Doing
get
what you
to.
did.
I ain't about to, you know. I had a. Ben, we not going there right now because we gotta keep it PG-13. We gotta get the ad revenues and shit. But like, it got there. It went there. You feel me?
Okay.
Do you regret it?
She even drink the gin, or like she just.
That's the thing.
The gin didn't matter. It was Seagram's.
She poured my drink. She made a mixed drink, had more gin in it than juice. And I don't think she drank anything.
Oh, so she was just ready to go.
Yeah.
We call those a green light.
I only regret it because I slept over.
Oh
Wow, you stayed the night.
I was too tired.
Okay.
All right, since we getting into talking about workplace romance and all that, we have a segment here on the show called the Sex Tip of the Week, the Doggystyle Sex Tip of the Week, and we have our guests, when we have guests on here, give one of their biggest sex tips that they can give to the listeners so that they can start implementing in their lives. So what y'all got for us?
Devin?
Okay, I'll start. Sex. Let me think. You mean like what type of tip?
Any type of tip that you feel listeners could use.
Don't do it until he pays you. That's my tip.
Good night, Devin. Damn.
Get that bread before he touches you.
Oh shit.
How's that tip?
Could be useful to somebody.
Get that bread and then don't give the head. How about that?
So you're not an advocate of giving head, Devin?
I wouldn't say I'm an advocate of it.
No, of not.
Of not doing it?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever pleases you and your loved ones without hurting anyone, I'm all for that. So
Okay.
do I have any tips for it? No. I mean, I've heard like some Ice Cube tricks and shit, but I don't even know any like real tips to tell y'all right now tonight. I'm not like the queen of it.
Okay.
No.
You got a sex tip for the listeners?
Shit. All right, Dev. Damn.
She had to sip her wine.
So my tip would be to communicate. Okay. Nobody knows what you need done unless you tell them. And nobody knows if they're doing it wrong unless you tell them. Nobody knows if you got there unless you tell them, because we be faking sometimes. So
yeah,
communicate. You're welcome.
Yeah, don't be doing that thing. Like, here's a tip. When guys get down and they start doing that thing where like they start doing all types of crazy, wild, like
nobody knows what it is, like what it's supposed to people
Spelling their
in.
names and shit.
Right. And I'm just like,
What is that? Drew.
yeah, that's
Don't do that.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
Just
do
some
that.
solid tips. So you heard it here first. Communicate and use ice cubes.
Um,
And don't do that.
that's a
Nah.
tip though, right?
Hey.
That's a tip.
That's somebody
That's a
watching
tip.
too much porn, problem.
No,
Tip.
I don't want you to. Actually, I'm not gonna finish it, but ice is a tip, and so is a grapefruit.
Just make sure you take the seeds out. So like I
Well,
stepped over.
On that note,
Hey.
Saying,
where can the listeners find you two at?
terrible.
Because they slide in them DMs. That's gonna happen.
Ooh. Well, you can find
All your socials.
collectively at Secrets of the Opposite Sex on Instagram. Me personally, you can find me at Miss Toshray, MISS Toshray. Devin.
I was still trying to figure out at what time
We
my
both.
friend Driz left his coworker's house in the morning, because if he left at like 7 a.m., then he understood, you know,
Facts.
but if he stayed until like 10:30,
Nah, I got
Did you
out at
eat
like
brunch?
9 a.m. It was
took you brunch.
No. I looked at the clock. It was like 9 something. I said, fuck. It was light outside. I'm like, damn. So I just left. I was looking around. I didn't know the neighborhood. I don't know why I was panicking, but I was looking around like motherfuckers knew me or something. I was like, coast clear? All right, cool. Booked it. Got in the whip, turned the car on, skirted off. I was like, nah,
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
here.
talked to her again?
One time, but
At work when I am.
one
did
time.
model?
The only reason why I did it too is because she didn't work in my building. If she would have worked on my floor or was in my department, I probably would have never done it. But the fact that she worked in a whole nother building, within the campus, but just a whole nother building, is the only reason why I did it. But I hit her up one time. It was, I think it was like her birthday or something. I'm like, hey, happy birthday, and just kept it player.
Did you take the bottle or did you leave it?
I left it.
That's
Yeah, it was some
ghetto
sick girls.
shit.
He
You
wasn't
take the
drinking.
bottle.
I
No.
left it.
I hate that shit.
I know,
I hate that
walk
shit.
the
People
with
leave
that
that
bottle.
joint. Shit.
Where can they find you at, Devin?
You know, Secrets of the Opposite Sex, Instagram. They can purchase our app. And
Link below.
then they can follow me on Instagram. I'm just kidding. My Instagram is just my name, Devin B. Lee.
You got to cash app her first before she responds.
That's a fact.
Better cash app. Better cash app. Hey.
That's a fact.
Well, we really appreciate you two's time for coming on and sharing this space with us. I'm sure the listeners appreciate your advice. They're going to check out the app. They're
Yeah.
going to follow you on Instagram. They're going to do all that. And yes, we got to have y'all back for sure.
We
Dre, you
appreciate
got
it. We
anything
had a
you wanna
good
say?
time. Thanks for the invite. This
Yeah.
is
Most
fun.
definitely.
Word. I know I was joking a lot and stuff and making funny and everything, but I really genuinely like fuck with these two ladies here. They like on the conversation side of the game. They're super cool, super dope individuals. Yeah, I got to get in tune with them. But you know, the world's opening up again. Vaccines are getting pushed out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. Hot girl summer's coming. City boy shit's coming.
Nope.
We outside with it. If you outside with it, don't forget to wash your ass. And on that note, we out.
Hey, look, don't forget, if you're watching right now, don't forget, if there's a coworker that you want to sleep with, she might be one $15 bottle of gin away from you smashing and spending the night at her house.
It's a
This
fact.
is inspiration. This man is an inspiration to many.
Grizz taught you.
Briz taught you, baby. Bring that $15 bottle over to her house, smash and leave.
Do it.
You could probably
Smash
do it off
and
the E and J
dash.
too. It don't matter. If she feeling you, she gonna go, bro.
Jay, I'm leaving with a bottle.
Well, all right. We love y'all. We appreciate the family. And on that note, we out.
Peace.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.